How about your name, player one? Thank you. Thank you. Player two, now it's your turn. What be your name? Got it. Hey, player one, you buzz in with the letter Q, as in, hey, who queefed? Player two, your buzzer is the letter P, as in hiddly hiddly ho. Now, here's how things are going to work. Now, you use your buzzer to buzz in and then hit a 1, 2, 3, or 4 if it's a multiple choice question, or you start typing with your hook on your hand if it's a fill in the blank. Pretty easy, eh? So, off to the trivia with ye. May your sails be billowy. Fare thee well.
It's time for the game where the high culture and pop culture collide.
Well, look what we've got here. 2 contestants, 1 game, and 1 ball of twine. Oh, sorry, the ball of twine is mine. Never mind. 2 screws, please. Listen up. Say the question comes up and you hear the dull thump of your neighbor's jaw hitting the floor. That's the perfect time to buzz in, hit the S key, and screw them. Then they gotta answer it. Got it? Okay, put down the instruction manual. It's time to get started. Player 2, please choose a category. Okay, give it up for Back That Train Up. How does $4,000 sound? Yep, nothing's more American than a Saturday night date with your sweetheart in the car, driving out to a romantic spot and hooking up. Yeah. When the G player won, don't you think you're getting a little ahead of yourself there? I do this out of love. I'm sorry I had to do that, but I gotta set limits with you kids. You make me do this. I'm not happy about it. When the Union Pacific and Central Pacific Railroads hooked up in 1869, where did they have to park to drive the Golden Spike? West Point, New York, Pikes Peak, Colorado, Crown Point, Indiana, or Promontory? When the Union Pacific and Central Pacific lines hooked up at Promontory Point, Utah, well, the next day, all the kids were talking about the Transcontinental Railroad. Now, you didn't hear it from me, but apparently Central Pacific saw a lot of action because of that sweet caboose. Go ahead and pick one, player one. This one's called Fourscore and Several Chin Beards Ago. This one's worth $6,000. Alas, being the president of this great nation means you have some pretty big shoes to fill. In fact, what was President Abraham Lincoln's shoe size? Player 2, looks like you're stuck with it. Toasted. What do you say, player 1? Abe wore a big old size 14 shoe. Honest. Yep, Lincoln's feet were so big that sometimes when he couldn't find shoes that fit him, he had to wear stovepipe hats on his feet. Or so I've been told. Select a category, player 2. This one's called It's Even Funnier in Fast Motion. Get it right, I'm handing over $4,000. Uh-oh, looks like dead British funny man Benny Hill is being chased through the streets again by an old woman in a bikini. And there's crazy sax music playing too. So, as the old woman in the bikini chases Benny Hill throughout the United Kingdom, where is the one place Benny cannot run without crossing water? London, Belfast, Glasgow, or Wales?
Why does everything bad happen to me?
Player 1, London. I ought to slap you for that. Like this little old bald man that happens to be standing right here. Here, take that. You like that? Here's the one you didn't pick. Belfast is in Ireland, so Benny would have to cross the Irish Sea. So it looks like the old woman in the bikini is going to catch him after all. Oh, no, wait. No, she can't catch him. Oh, they never catch him. He's just too fast. He's too fast. Player 1, time to... Your category is Sacco Pain. $4,000 if you get this. Now, have you ever been feeling so sorry for yourself that someone called you a sad sack? Well, suppose you sought counseling because you actually thought you were a sad sack. What would be your therapist's most appropriate diagnosis? Vintage automobile identifier. Colostomy procedure. Sad Sack was a 40s comic strip about a loser soldier. The strip was a lot like Beetle Bailey, only without all the highbrow humor and literary illusions. Player 2, what are we doing? Hey, Player 1, why don't you go make me a sandwich while Player 2 and I enjoy a tasty this or dat? This this or dat category name is The Ups and Downs of Meditation. Alright, here's the deal. I'll read off 7 things, and for each one I'd love for you to tell me if it's the name of a yoga posture or the name of a computer game. As you see, alright, Charles in charge. You think you know the rules? I'm just gonna put 30 seconds on the clock. Let's do it. Downward facing Master of Orion, the Cobra, Warrior Tip, Final Fed, the Corpse. Last one. Well, look at you, 6 out of 7 over there. Let's see how it helps out your score. Okay. Get over yourself. Player 1, this category is yours for the choosing. Allow me to introduce Dazed and Politically Confused. And you pocket $4,000 if you get this one right. You know, if there's one thing I don't get about Florida, it's how all those people got confused over the ballot during the presidential election. I don't know. Anyway, if the voters in Orange County, Florida did not want to not vote for George W. Bush during the 2000 election, which of these should they have made sure not to not vote for? Ralph? Player 2. No, you'd only vote for Gore if you didn't want to not be voting for Gore. Duh. Player 1. 2 double negatives make 2 positive statements, so they'd be voting for W. That's why the Constitution grants us life, liberty, and the pursuit of incompetency. Player 2, category time. Well, you've made it to the Jack Attack. Now, you know all about this. Let's not waste any more time. Need a clue? Easily identified flying objects. Hey, look, up in the air. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's... oh, who cares? Good luck. Player 1, you kicked some serious ass on that Jack Attack. Let's see who got their ass kicked overall. Player 1's got it. Player 1, you cleaned house. Player 2, you got sucked up in the vacuum cleaner and thrown out like the dirtbag you are. Oh, one other thing.
You don't know Jack!
Run! Making progress! Run! Making progress! Run! Take the damn down!
It's time for the game, for the high culture and pop culture
welcome, you three. Now, everybody get down into their starting positions because pretty soon I'm going to shoot my air gun and everyone's going to have to start running, okay? Here you are, 3 shiny screws. Here's the deal on these screws. If you think your neighbor doesn't know the answer to a question but you want to make him answer it anyway, buzz in and hit the S key to screw him. You got it? All right, let's do it. Player 1, choose a category. Up next, my brain just sprung a leak. How does $4,000 sound? All right, give me your best shot. Say you were so drunk during spring daylight saving time that instead of springing ahead, you fell back. How far back could you fall and still end up with the correct time? 25 hours, 47 hours, 73 hours, or 97 hours? Take it. This concludes our programming day. Player 1, Player 3, let's do something. Setting your clock back 47 hours is the same as setting it ahead 1 hour. Really? Some kind of magic thing. Either way, you're still going to end up with a VCR that flashes 12 o'clock. Which category would you like, Player 3? Get yourself ready for Wanna See Stars? Try re-entry. $4,000 if you get this. Okay, let's go. Suppose Cosmopolitan magazine offered sexy advice about using a Cosmodrome. What would be the best sexy teaser for the cover? Ignite his libido with one little capsule. Make him... Player 2, who's gonna get the screw? Sorry, Player 1, gotta answer it. This'll be a little hard to swallow. Player 2, Player 3, the time is now. A cosmodrome is where a Cosmo girl would send a cosmonaut into the cosmos. It's a Russian launching pad. The launch can sometimes be a little bit of work, though, what with all that vodka and the old fuel line, if you know what I'm saying. Well, which category is going to be Player 2? Let's have a big warm welcome for the Little Pink Big House. And this baby's worth 6,000 big ones. All right, let's see if you can complete this analogy. Authority is to John Cougar Mellencamp as the law is to John Cougar, Bobby Fuller, Bill Haley, or the police. Player 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, wrong. Player 1, Player John Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp at the time fought Authority in Authority Song, and of the millions of people who recorded it, the Bobby Fuller Four had their biggest hit with the song I Fought the Law. So, wait a minute. Who shot the sheriff? Choose a category, Player 1. I'm proud of you, Player 1. Players 2 and 3, step back, 'cause it's time for a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat question is all we ever talk about. Alrighty, I'm gonna name 7 devices, and for each one, you need to tell me if it's used to monitor the weather, used to monitor your health, or both. As I attempt, I see you got this thing down. I'm just gonna put your 30 seconds on the clock, alright? Let the games begin. Barometer, does it measure the weather? Thermometer. Hygrometer. Urinometer. Odometer. Moviometer. One more. Well, you missed 3, but you got 4. Wow, the thrill of mediocrity. Let's look at your new score. All right, keep it to yourself. Your score could be going down. Player 3, time to pick a category. The category, that not so fresh feeling. This one can net you $4,000. Well, this is definitely something I know that I've been wondering about for a while. According to the fine folks at Massengill, which of these would not be an appropriate scent for a vagina? Crisp, Player 1. No getting around it, Player 3. You owe me an answer. Country flower. Oh yeah, that's a Massengill scent. Yeah, don't use it if you have hay fever. Player 1, Player 2, go get it! Tough luck. Let me show you what I would have picked. Don't ask me why, but Massengill does not make a douche with a crisp linen scent. So, ladies, I guess you're just going to have to ask the laundry for extra starch, aren't you? Select a category, player 2. Here's a little something I call the G stands for grabber. And you pocket $4,000 if you get this one right. And now a public service question from the American Heart Association and the Earthquake Survival Society. If you were having the big one during the big one, what would be the best course of action to avoid going to the big junkyard in the sky? Drink some Ripple by a window, take an aspirin in a doorway, hold your breath under a tree, or run to your truck and drive to the hospital. Player 3, looks like you're going to have to answer it, player 1. Wow, nobody ever picks that one. Player 2. Aspirin are good for heart attack victims, and doorways are your safest bet during an earthquake. Or, better yet, just hope that some busybody is around to hit you in the chest with her purse. Player 1, pick a category, please. You are about to embark upon the attack. Now, you should already know all about this. All you need is to get a clue. Fight the invasion! Put up your dukes. Let's get to it. One's got it. Way to go, player 1. I hope that was a very exciting win for you, because for me, it was torture. Here's something else I want to tell you.
You don't know Jack!
Yo!